because now I'm prepared for war. War.
Heard there's a cursed ride today.
Put on our rain gear, and it didn't rain anymore, of course.
Who can show up to the Cracker Barrel without a big bore motor and some Lindo wheel?
Come here, stranger. I want to show you something.
Silent protests.
I was like, man, do you guys follow FXDLS Brooklyn? They're like, that's me. I was like, no way, dude. That is cool as all hell.
Is someone gonna say something?
He was small, but he was mighty.
Yeah, that's the type of crew we roll with, to cut open medicine.
That's right. You never know who you might meet on the road.
So there's a difference between meth and methamphetamines.
You can't be part of this crew if you haven't dropped a bagger.
I know.
Now you're officially part of the crew.
I mean, next time I'm on a ride,
When it comes down to yesterday, well, yesterday is what you might call a true cursed start to this trip. However, this morning we would not only be greeted with some long overdue sunny skies, but some good friends from the south who would surprise us yet again. First and foremost would be my road dog Kevin from North Carolina. If you followed our trip 2 years back, you would have seen him ripping along the Blue Ridge Highway with us. Whether you need a daily meme sent to you that is definitely not safe for work, or an incredibly obscure tool to get your bike back running again, Kevin holds it down in our crew when it comes to sheer reliability and resourcefulness, while of course maintaining a sense of humor. Also making a surprise appearance would be Flinch and AJ from Kentucky. When it comes down to Flinch, well, I hold him with the same regard and respect that I hold some of the OGs from my hometown, such as Sal and Peter. Guys that came from an era where you didn't have social media to guide you every step of a way to optimize your bike build. Whenever these guys talk, I'll always be the first to intently listen and take notes, so a visit from Flinch was a true highlight.
Well, me and AJ didn't have to work, so we decided to come up and hang out, have some breakfast, because we're always down for Cracker Barrel.
Rode up with Flinch for some pancakes.
Second of all, look at the tires on this thing. Dylan and I were talking about how this is like a real... This is a real... Oh, it's made by Uline. It's made by Uline. That's why. This is a nice bellhop. We could put a 131 on this thing. We'd be ready for the El Diablo run.
A word from Susie? A word from Dylan?
Adam was kind enough to make sure I've got the right ocular hydration today.
All right, so we're starting with what not to eat while you're riding at 90 miles per hour on a Harley Davidson motorcycle. Number one, sour straws.
Reason being, the sour dust is going to come off that straw and it's going to acid bath your eyes. Luckily enough for us yesterday when that happened to me, we got blessed with a rainstorm and you'll see a truck clear my eyeballs out with a tidal wave. Really anything sour that's going to have that dust, you don't want that in your eyeballs. You got to keep it to things like gummy bears, Trident gum, and maybe a syrup-less pancake could do the job. So we're going to go head out and maybe find some of those at Cracker Barrel.
And now, a word from Bong Asphalt.
Good morning, family. I'm here on this beautiful sunny day in my rain gear because now I'm prepared for war. War.
And what's your take on yesterday?
It was rough. It was actually scary because the visibility was at 0%, but luckily we were super close to the rest stop. We got out of there and we just made the best of it. Laughed it off, changed our clothes, put on our rain gear, and it didn't rain anymore, of course.
And what are your hopes for today?
Sunny skies, smooth sailing.
With long overdue introductions made and bikes packed out, it was time to seek and destroy, aka find the nearest establishment that serves pancakes. As always, the barrel did not disappoint. This would be my crew, once again, a ragtag group of true outcasts and misfits from New York City, hungry for the long road. Looking out at my friends, I was once again just grateful to have found my people in this insane world we live in. We would say our goodbyes to Flinch and AJ, throw our gear on, and prepare for the miles to come. If the sky said anything, the miles ahead looked pretty easy and pleasant, but as always, luck is a lie, so regardless of where the road took us today, we would be ready. As always, the miles were solid. As for the gas stops, nothing short of eventful once again. Adam would run through a brief and impromptu breakfast batter breakdown after riding the last 300 miles with this pancake in his pocket. Surprise to no one, the pancake would be receiving 10s across the board. How is it that we're able to regularly consume this trash diet without gaining any weight? Well, a strict roadside fitness regimen was going to be essential if the cursed road diet was to resume. Of course, surprise to no one, we would need to start fielding the inevitable cursed breakdowns. Kevin's transmission, looking very classy by the way with that Baker setup, would start pissing oil everywhere. Adam's new engine situation was starting to melt from the inside like a Tuesday night in the molten core, so yeah, it was time to get this all addressed. We were fortunate enough upon entering Flint, Michigan to find the Vehicle City Harley-Davidson who would take us in on the spot. Minutes turned to hours. Hours turned to days. Days would turn into an eternity. But anyway, time exaggeration aside, overhearing someone passing my bike and saying, quote unquote, that bike has got to be from New York is one of the highest forms of compliment as I tried to keep the city running through the veins of this build. But when I get recognized as FXDLS Brooklyn in the wild, I'm always taken aback, given that I'm definitely on the smaller side when it comes down to content creators within this bike life. It was great to talk to Connor about the Let's Ride Challenge, which, by the way, has recently been completed with a total of 50 million miles laid down. It's not too late to register yourself and your bike for a chance to win a CVO Sportster. And before we knew it, in no time at all, these bikes would be completed and it was time to keep it moving. The destination being the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, some riding that we were all looking forward to. So again, comparatively to the hellish conditions of the day before, we had to just savor heading due north with nothing but sunshine and the roar of familiar exhaust around us. Again, there was a time when this twin custom performance bagger project was something we dreamt up in a Brooklyn coffee shop after eating breakfast one day. And to be living out our ideas coming to fruition in the rawest and most visceral sense is a moment that I'm glad I took in riding side by side with my brother Von Gasfalt. A man well in his mid-60s would once again be doing a coast-to-coast, not on a quote-unquote old man bike, but on this 2022 Pan America Special. Kevin would be on his 2016 Dyna Lowrider S, a bike that he had broken multiple distance records on with resorting to means so unorthodox that I can't mention them, fearing the demonetization of this video. Rob's last trip with us was on his 1999 FXDLS, so he was having the same euphoric experience I was having laying down heavy miles on a bike that was inherently designed to do so. As we were leaving Flint, the weight of the bike got away from Joy, resulting in her dropping Adam's pristine, sparkling, like-new condition street glide. I mean, come on. Whomst amongst us has not dropped a fully loaded bagger, am I right? Adam took the bike drop in stride and with the patience of a Buddhist monk, but inside, he was full of rage over the incident.
Give me your anger, Snake! Let it boil to the surface! Let your fury flow freely! Anger begets anger! Come on! Show me your rage!
But then upon remembering that he had upgraded to the best headlight in the game, the Moon's MC Fly-Eye V2, he got over this incident pretty quickly. The vision in Dylan's right eye finally started to come back after he was blinded yesterday attempting to eat a sour straw at 90 plus miles per hour. Susie, still with no comm unit at all, was still alone, with nothing but her thoughts. The last time I rode over this bridge was at the beginning end of doing a 1,000 plus mile day with my dad in 16 hours. The gradient of the water as the sun was starting to go down was a beauty that you could only fully appreciate after coming off of a hard day on the road the day previous. As I listened to the waves crash and the whirring of the bridge traffic, we would take in one of those jewels of a moment that only the long road could provide. The sun is shining. You're surrounded by road dogs. Everyone's bikes are running mostly good. And you know that the best riding of the day is yet to come. We happened upon an establishment with a massive hot dog mounted to the ceiling, and after laughing like hyenas through our comm units, we actually realized that we were pretty damn hungry. The inside of this place felt like something out of a Tarantino movie. And looking at these two reminded me of the Honey Bunny scene from Pulp Fiction. We went with a Chicago-style dog and some other German-style brat, and of course, some waffle fries. Digesting some glorified street meat, we would gear up and get ready to cross the bridge until Dylan would commit a sacrilege punishable by death. We would take one last look at this insane establishment, stop to fully top off one last tank, and take in perhaps the best sight yet.
I'm losing my mind for the sake of love. I've been trying to reveal it, what I've been so afraid of. Your coldness makes my heart go weak, so numb that I can barely speak. This pain keeps water in the sea. If I weren't so desperate to be free, I'd keep my distance, babe. The more that I know about you, the more that I want you, baby. They say that good love will yield the best from me. lost in a manic dream. It weighs on me endlessly. Your tenderness drifts in the wind. The depth of your love is a sin. I'll keep my distance, babe. It's all by design, blinded in the fog of love. Why don't you tell me, baby? What are you dreaming of? Dreaming of? The more that I know about you, the more that I want you, baby. They say that good love will yield the best from me. I know it to be true. This moment won't last forever. No remedies whatsoever. These feelings we choose to.
Where we come from, as you know, we have no shortage of bridges. That being said, the Mackinac Bridge, after a day on the road so incredibly opposite from the day previous, with the light going down, was just a moment on another level. If this bridge would have went on for 1,000 more miles, I would have savored every last one. Von Asphalt, true to form, would navigate the grooved grading and cruise control and fully turn around doing a 180 to get some of these riding shots. At one of our final stops, Dylan would open up some pain relievers, because none of us are in our 20s anymore. Joy would apply some final makeup to fully commit to the last miles of the day. Kevin would consume his 14th energy drink of the day while explaining the difference between meth and methamphetamines. One final waltz of miles to close out yet another epic day. Looking over at the endless Lake Michigan, if you told me it was an ocean, I would have believed you. There's something just so intimately calming and beautiful to closing out a day like this. It's the moments like this that are truly sweet, but also made to be that way within the juxtaposition of the regular challenges that the road throws your way. You cannot have one without the other, which is an ideal that is central to the cursed ethos. With our clear visors thrown on, and some of us using rain gear for their insular properties, we would ride well into the night for the next couple of hours, searching for a place to crash. We would land in Marquette, another cursed day complete, excited to wake up the next morning dry this time. And that's it for this one. Stay tuned for episode 3, as the heaviest curses have yet to unfold for this crew. If you've been enjoying these, be sure to both like and subscribe, as it does help us keep this content coming. OutrideYourDemons.com for those who make miles not excuses, ForeverCurse.com because luck is a lie, and Patreon.com/FXDLS Brooklyn if you want to support me in telling the stories of the long road. And on that, assemble your road dogs, stay cursed, and we'll see you on the road soon. The Curse Crew is out.
Goodbye.